Buddy, are you there?
Yes, I am, John.
How are you doing, sir?
Well, I can't complain. I'm overlooking the pool here, and it's gorgeous, 75 degrees.
Well, that's great. Tonight in wrestling, there's another big story. Ric Flair capturing the World Wrestling Federation title, and that took place at the Royal Rumble. Now, there are two individuals in the history of pro wrestling that have at one time held both the WWF and the NWA titles, and of course you were the first, and now the second nature boy, if you will. Ric Flair is the second gentleman to hold both titles, so quite a distinction.
Well, I always said that when it came to Ric Flair, he come as close to Buddy Rogers as anybody in the business. And the mere fact that he chose to use the name Nature Boy, I was very happy for him, believe me. Well,
he certainly asked your permission for that, which you granted. And, Buddy, there's been a lot of talk over the last few days regarding Joel Goodhart and the Tri-State Wrestling Alliance. There were so many fans in this area that were looking forward to going to Philadelphia next Saturday to see you take on Buddy Landell, the TWA champion, for that title. And I know you wanted to come on the air just to say how sorry you are to the fans out there regarding this show being canceled.
Well, I don't really know how to express myself outside the fact, like you said, I'm so sorry that this really occurred. But I've had many of my friends out of the South Jersey area and Philadelphia area that were calling me up, telling me they bought tickets and now they can't get their money back. To me, that's a cardinal sin. No how, no way in all the years that I've been in wrestling, and especially this particular match, which I know was a complete sellout, these people should not be stuck with tickets.
Okay, so you've heard that people cannot get refunds for this?
That's right. That's what I've heard. Now, I don't know what he's going to... Well, if he files bankruptcy, how are they going to get it?
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to get their money back if he files bankruptcy? I don't see any possible way.
Yeah. Well, that would certainly be unfortunate for those fans who have purchased tickets. And
well, I'll tell you, out of all the matches I've had in my life, never had anything of this nature, and it's really sad, believe me.
Well, you have been in the wrestling business.
Well, I started in '39, and
yeah.
It's going, right up the line. And by golly, how am I going to say it? I've got over 50 years in this business and never had anything like this happen to me. I'm nearly speechless, believe me. And it really, I'll tell you, I don't know how to, my friends call me up, I don't know how to answer them. I really don't.
Well, the announcements yesterday took everybody by surprise. Of course, you hear rumors all the time, and I tried to reach Joel. I spoke to Joel Goodhart less than 2 weeks ago, and at that time he told me everything was fine for the shows. But getting the announcement yesterday was just a shocker. I feel bad for everything that's happened, but I particularly feel bad for all the fans that were going to come out next week to see you hopefully capture another world's title, and that's an unfortunate thing.
Well, I was ready to go. I was willing to go and what have you, but this thing has really shocked me. John, I don't know how to express myself. I just feel so sorry for the fans that relied on this show to go and then can't get their money back. To me, that's horrible.
Well, I'm sure that all the fans out there who have purchased tickets for this event and won't be able to see you work and wrestle next week will certainly appreciate your thoughts, and I'm sure if you can do something about it, just you bringing it up tonight and talking to the fans and letting them know how you feel, I'm sure they appreciate that, buddy.
Well, I just wanted the opportunity which you gave me to express myself, and John, I want to thank you for letting me do this, but I just hope the fans don't get stuck for their money, and I mean that sincerely.
Well, we certainly hope the same thing for the fans who purchased tickets for next week's show. And, Buddy, I'd like to invite you back here at another time and spend some time with you and answer calls from the fans out there, because the phones are all lit up here right now. And we'd certainly like to get you back here on the near future so we can spend an hour with you to talk about your illustrious career.
Okay, sure will, John.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks once again, pal.
Thank you, buddy.
Ready.
Okay.
Wow. That's lame. I'm sorry. You know, even our offices were deluged with calls. Where's Joel Goodhart?
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the newsletter that came out the February 3rd, Pro Wrestling Spotlight Weekly, and there is an editorial farewell TWA, and I kind of give a chronological order on how I discovered he went out of business and how many messages on my answering machine and how many people saying the alternative was gone because he was an alternative. He gave a lot of young wrestlers a shot, but ending it the way he did, and I would love to know exactly what happened back then, why he went out of business so quickly, so abruptly, after everyone kind of perceived that he was being successful with the radio show, successful with the shows he was running. He had a wrestling school. And then it just came like a shock. It was like a bolt of lightning. He was gone.
Right.
So it was really interesting stuff to read. And of course, the guy on the telephone who was looking so much forward to being in the ring against Buddy Landell, that's Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, and the career that he had. And this possibly could have been the very last time he appeared on the show before he did pass away, back in June of 92, which we'll be covering down the road.
And when we talk about that match that so many people were looking forward to, Buddy Landell was a heck of a worker. He had the look. He was certainly professional as Nature Boy Buddy Landell. I remember seeing him on TBS. He was, well seasoned, and it was also, along with being so excited to see Buddy Rogers, seeing Buddy Landell was also a pretty good treat too.
Oh, absolutely.